Hey everybody, I am on for the midweek message reveal Wednesday, June 14th. We've got a lot of energy happening, as usual. The world stage, there's all kinds of amazing revelations, structures, and happenings that are shifting, changing, and really kind of shining a light on cracks in the supposed fabric, strong fabric armor of a lot of world systems. And that makes sense, especially because we have Pluto that has now gone retrograde back into Capricorn. Capricorn, the workhorse, Capricorn, the one who's on it, got their stuff together. And Pluto, being the planet of transformation and death and rebirth, is going to really shake up those structures. It's really going to kind of poke a little bit of the holes in some of the theories and some of the ideas that we've held so strongly about how things are working and how things are supposed to work and what even work looks like and what that looks like expanded out. Saturn is also going retrograde in Pisces. Pisces, that really watery, sometimes melodramatic, but really deep undercurrent energy that is pulling through this sense of, what do we do now? Where are we going? I don't necessarily have a roadmap, but man, am I feeling that there are so many ways in which you could disperse. And retrograde energy wants you to come back around again and wants you to kind of reevaluate, feel again those things that you feel that you've moved past. Have you moved past all the way? Have you let go of everything that you could have let go of? Are the lessons that you have learned summed up? Is it tied up in a nice little bow? And if not, what do you want to do about that? And is there anything that you can? This is a time to review. We have Mercury that has moved into Gemini as well, and that is the planet of Gemini. It is the ruler. So the ruler of communication, Gemini energy, very talkative, very dualistic, very much the storyteller that wants to socially kind of envelope everyone into its energy of this sort of airy expanse, very much up in the higher chakras, up in the head. So be aware of what it is that you're trying to communicate. There may be what you feel and what you are saying aren't necessarily in sync. So take a moment before you make a big declaration to make sure that what you're saying is coming from a place that is going to be more well received than how you're feeling. All right, let's take a look at the cards. All right, one. If you chose one, your card is Healing with Mother Nature. A beautiful card. And this is a 25, which is a 7. 7's having to do with intuition, lucky energy that is going to be expansive and allow you to kind of rejuvenate yourself. So where is it that you can move into this space where I see the combination between the blue and the green, so the throat chakra and the heart chakra, compassion, the ability to articulate needs and wants, the ability to communicate, very similar to what's happening in Mercury, the needs and wants that are moving through the things that you want to say, the ways in which you show up. How can you take some time out to rejuvenate the self, to allow yourself some gentleness, to spend some time grounding, earthing, forest bathing, maybe getting outside in some water, maybe creating something, out of outdoor materials. How can you bring the outside in if you're in an area that doesn't have access to a natural space? This is where the healing's going to come through for you. It's also going to allow that intuition that seems to be a little bit blocked here with one. You're going to be able to tap in a little bit better if you can give yourself some time out in nature to rejuvenate and literally kind of slough off some of this energetic debris that you're carrying around. You'll feel a lot better, things will be clearer, and you won't have that sort of sticky vibe where you're just like, there's just a kind of lot of vibes with one. I promise that take some time outside, give yourself a little rest and relaxation. You'll come to all of the questions that are kind of rolling around in the mind. There's a lot of buzzing happening here in one with a fresher, clearer perspective after you've taken a little bit of time to ground down into the earth itself. Okay, so that's the advice for one. Moving on to 2. If you chose 2, Your card is bonding with the rhythm of life. These are very abstract cards. This is a 4. So 4s have to do with the guardian angels, your spirit guides. How can you move into a space too where you are feeling a bit more trust and leaning into the experiences that you're having and leaning into the not knowing of what's going to come next? You don't have a playbook on this one, too. You're going to be kind of hitting this up on your own. You're going to be following what feels right to you. And this feeling is going to be the thing that you're going to be able to connect to the self. Like, where's the inner compass? That's something that has been a little bit disjointed. How can you bond with the rhythm of life through more of a connection to the self? Where can you give yourself a little bit of time to review some of the things that you've been feeling and thinking? I feel like there has been an expanse in emotions that's been happening here with 2. You might be feeling a little more weepy, a little more tender. There may have been an event that came up that made you feel really vulnerable, or it's something that you're not sure how to react. Or perhaps you responded in a really emotional way and it's not like you, or you did it in front of others that may have never seen the side of your vulnerability. This is that softening of the self. Once you can cross over into a place where you understand that sloughing off all of the bullshit that we carry around and all of the labels and the musts and the shoulds and the I've got tos, at your core, you are a calm and centered, peaceful spirit having a human experience. And through that knowing is when you can come closer to who you truly are at your soul level. And in that honing and in that awareness is a sense of peace that allows you to have more of the guidance come through from your spirit team that is communicating with you, from the universe that's communicating with you, and allows you to send out a frequency that says, I'm open, instead of I'm closed. Be this beautiful hot pink that is slicing through all of this blue. Understand that your colors are meant to be seen. All right. So 3, if you chose 3, we have another 4. Come on, camera. Your card is shielding, protecting, and grounding. I'm getting big microphone vibes here from this image. And I know this is a face superimposed with these sort of lines across it. But you're being heard on a different level here, 3. What you want really matters. And you're starting to realize that if you speak up for yourself, you're actually being heard. And that might be a little scary because you're not used to that kind of attention. But 4, again, having to do with the spirit team, having to do with the guides and those that are looking to work with you in order to kind of nudge you forward a little bit out of your comfort zone. When you speak up for yourself, when you say what it is that you want, when you set a boundary, you're choosing yourself. And that is the most powerful place you can be. Now, you might feel like you're a little untethered, like you're not able to kind of stay in the body. I feel like there's a lot of floatiness. I'm kind of seeing like a balloon that's like a helium balloon that just got let off in the mall, like some little kid, and it's just like floating on the ceiling, like 50 feet in the air, and everyone's like, oh, that sucks. That sort of vibe is where you're moving up and out of your body and not having enough time to ground down, to where there may be some anxiety that's being felt here. There may be some feeling like you're not feeling very safe in your body. That's when grounding needs to come in. And shielding and protecting, you want to call that in. You want to state that more for yourself rather than be in a state of fear that something's going to go wrong. There's a feeling of an impending sense of doom a little bit here with 3, but that's not necessarily anything that you can't handle. Start stating what it is that you are in order to change the vibe. So instead of I'm worried about this, a what if that, state that you are protected and guided, that you are always taken care of, that everything is always working out for you, and see if you can flip the script on this energy. Everything's cool. those are the messages this week. Would love to work with you. Please feel free to reach out and check my link. Would love to hear what you have as far as feedback. And thank you so much for spending all this time with me. Look forward to hearing from you soon. Have an awesome week. Peace.